Hi Sam. It's great to see you again. Today, we are learning the word
bezahlen,
Hi Alex. What does
bezahlen,
mean?
bezahlen,
means to pay. It's commonly used when talking about transactions, like paying for groceries or bills. Just be careful, because in English, to pay can sometimes confuse learners with to pay off, which has a different meaning.
Interesting. So, is there a specific way to use
bezahlen,
in sentences?
Absolutely. In German, it's a regular verb. For example, in the present tense, you would say,
ich bezahle,
for I pay,
du bezahlst,
for you pay, and
sie, es bezahlt.
for he, she/it pays. In the past tense, you can say,
Ich bezahlte,
for I paid, and in the perfect, you use it with,
hat,
as in,
ich habe bezahlt.
for I have paid. You can also use the imperative form, which is,
Zahl,
when telling someone to pay.
So it sounds like it's pretty straightforward.
Yes, it is. And just to make it clear, when you use the verb in a sentence, you might say,
ich bezahle die Rechnung.
meaning I pay the bill. This verb is super useful in everyday situations.
Got it. What about the history of the word? Where does it come from?
Great question. The word
Bezahlen,
comes from Middle High German,
bezahl,
meaning to pay. Its roots can be traced back to the Old High German,
bezahlen.
which had a similar meaning. It's fascinating how the word has stayed consistent through time, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Let's break down the word.
Bezahlen,
It consists of the prefix and the root.
zahlen,
The prefix often adds an aspect of completeness or thoroughness, while
zahlen,
means to count. So together it gives the sense of paying thoroughly.
That's a clever way to look at it.
Now, let's explore some similar words. For example, if we look at other verbs with the prefix, we have
beantworten,
meaning to answer, and
begleiten,
meaning to accompany. Then there's
zahlen,
itself, which is used in many contexts like
anzahlen,
meaning to make a deposit, and
einzahlen.
meaning to deposit.
That's quite a few. Any more?
Sure. With the suffix, you can also find
Verkaufen,
meaning to sell, or
erklären.
meaning to explain. Each word has its own unique context, but they share that common structure.
This is really helpful. Can you give me some situations where I might use
bezahlen?
Of course. First, when you are at a restaurant, you might say,
Ich möchte die Rechnung bitte bezahlen.
meaning I would like to pay the bill, please. Can you repeat that?
Ich möchte die Rechnung bitte bezahlen.
Perfect. Another situation could be at a shop, where you could say,
Ich bezahle mit Karte.
meaning I pay by card.
Ich bezahle mit Karte.
Excellent. Lastly, when you are paying rent, you could say,
Ich habe die Miete bezahlt.
which means I have paid the rent.
Ich habe die Miete bezahlt.
Now, let's talk about the gender of the noun,
Die Bezahlung.
which means the payment. It's feminine, indicated by the article.
Die.
A good mnemonic to remember this is to think of payment as something that is often associated with bills and expenses, which are typically feminine in nature in German.
That's a fun way to remember it.
Just a heads up, while
Bezahlen.
is mostly used in informal contexts, it can also be used formally. Some typical collocations include
Die Rechnung bezahlen.
meaning to pay the bill,
Die Miete bezahlen.
for to pay the rent, and
Bar bezahlen.
meaning to pay in cash. Just be careful not to confuse it with
Bezahlen für.
which is used in a slightly different context.
That makes sense.
Now let's practice some example sentences. How about saying,
Ich habe den Kaffee bezahlt.
meaning I paid for the coffee,
Ich habe den Kaffee bezahlt.
exactly. Or you might hear someone say,
Bezahlt die Rechnung.
for he is paying the bill.
Bezahlt die Rechnung.
Well done. And if you say,
Wir haben gestern bezahlt.
that means we paid yesterday.
Wir haben gestern bezahlt.
Now, let's do a quick recall check. What does
Bezahlen.
mean?
It means to pay.
Correct. What is the present tense form for I pay?
Ich bezahle.
Right again. How do you say I paid in the past tense?
Ich bezahlte.
Excellent. What's the noun for the payment?
Die Bezahlung.
And finally, can you give me the imperative form?
Zahl.
Fantastic job, Sam. Today we learned
Bezahlen.
its meanings, forms, and how to use it in sentences. Remember, it's a very useful word for everyday situations.
Thanks, Alex. I feel more confident using
Bezahlen.
now.
I'm glad to hear that. Keep practicing, and you'll be using it effortlessly in no time. See you next time.
Bye, Alex.